Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I wanted to show you this fabulous technique here. So this technique I actually saw from a fellow demonstrator from Australia. Her name is Rachel, and I'm not even going to try to attempt on her last name. So we'll just stick with Rachel, and I'll leave a comment down below so that you can check out her blog. She is super fabulous, and she showcased this on her blog, and I found it and fell in love. I tried modifying it a little bit to my own, but I liked hers the best, and it just turned out so fabulous. And I just wanted to show you how I did it here and a couple ways that I did it wrong, or variations that I didn't care for. So I thought I would share those with you as well. This card actually uses the clear block E. So here we have clear block E, and what we're going to do is we're going to ink it up with Soft Sky for that top sky, and Lost Lagoon we're going to do for that little darker edge, and then we're going to do Wild Wasabi for the bottom. So for the bottom 1/3, I'm just going to take the ink pad and just directly to my clear block, ink up my clear block E, and then we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to use the Soft Sky. And I'm going to get pretty close to that line, but I'm not going to really overlap because I don't want to mix the ink colors on my ink pads. And it's okay if you have that little white border there in the middle, so that's okay. And then I'm just going to take my Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going to tap along the blue on that edge. So you don't actually want to hit like the side of the clear block, you want to angle just a little bit to get just there on top where the blue is. And then I'm going to take one of my spritzers, and I'm actually going to do this away from my ink pads that I have up there, but I have my spritzer, and it's filled with water, and I'm just going to spritz about 3 times, and I want to spritz like this, and then have the mist fall. So I want the spritz to like go and then fall. So I don't want to actually spritz directly to it, but instead like this. And you want to spritz like you mean it. Don't sit there and try to like do a small half a spritz. Just go ahead and go for it. And then I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and you want to make sure that when you flip this over that you don't hold it at an angle. You'll want to keep it either upside down like this or upside down like this, so that those colors don't run into each other, and then just press it down. And you can see the ink folding, or not folding, but going into your cardstock there. And so you'll see that it's kind of soaking up, and just hold for a couple seconds and then pull it off. How fabulous is that? And each one is going to come out different depending on how much you spritz, or how little you spritz, or how well it inked, or where it didn't ink. Like over here, I have no clue why it didn't do that, and then there's not a lot of blue over there, and then, you know, sometimes these meld together really well, and sometimes they don't. So it just kind of depends. Each one looks a little different, and you can have fun with it. So the few variations I wanted to show you, first I thought I wanted to do the piece of vanilla to be the same size as the clear block, and I would not recommend that, because if you miss out on it just a hair, it's gonna look really obvious. See how I have this border over here, and then a little bit down there, and then up here? So I didn't really care for that look, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't look off, or that I didn't line it up perfectly. So I found by going with a regular full-size piece of cardstock here that it would frame it really nice, and it wouldn't matter if it was a little bit off to the left or to the right, because it is a little off, but that's okay, and it's not as noticeable as it is with this one. So this piece uses a piece of cardstock measuring 3 3/4 by 5 inches, whereas this I tried to do exactly like the clear block size. So I wouldn't recommend that. This one I did do with the spritzing. Then this one I used with Mint Macaron and Lost Lagoon, and I did like it, but it was kind of dark. It looked more like a gray, cloudy day than it did a bright, sunny day, and I like my sunny days. Then this one here, I didn't spritz it at all. I just inked up the clear block and stamped it down, and so you can see there's all those like little dots and stuff from like the way the ink came off of the clear block. so it's kind of weird looking. It kind of looks like sand or something, so it would be super fabulous for a technique like that. And then I thought, well, what about using alcohol so that it dries faster and doesn't curl the paper as much? But it dries too fast, almost. So it became a little bit more splotchy and it didn't meld together as well. So the water is definitely the best way to go with that. And, oh, that's upside down. And so again, I use Wild Wasabi, Soft Sky, and Lost Lagoon. And then for the decoration there, I just used some of the images from the Flowering Fields Sale-A-Bration stamp set, which I am in love with. I love these images. And so I just stamped in basic gray because I wanted a softer color. And so I stamped those in basic gray with a little butterfly up there. And the ones that I did down low, I just used a little mask. So I just took another piece of cardstock and covered up the bottom there, and so that it wouldn't actually stamp all the way down and I would still have that nice little frame there. So that's how I did that, and I layered it on some Lost Lagoon and then onto a mint macaron card base. So super fabulous. This would be great for lots of different occasions that you have coming up, and a good one to definitely have on hand. So of course, check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, to see more pictures of this, as well as all the measurements and colors and everything as well. And of course, I'll be leaving a link down below so you can check out Rachel for her fabulous idea. Thank you so much, Rachel, for that amazing idea. I have had so much fun with this and really loved it. So I will see you all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.